Funhaus is sponsored by ExpressVPN. It's not time to hack. Don't let hackers steal your financial details. Secure your privacy at expressvpn.com/funhaus.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Open House, or comments show, or some sort of hybrid. I think we can all agree that it's an interactive community show where you guys, whether through Twitter or the subreddit or anywhere else, give us something. Maybe it's a comment or a question or some hate mail. That's what this show is. And so we're going to try something a little bit different this week. We asked you guys for questions. We answered them individually so we don't get to hear each other's answers. But what about the banter back and forth? We looked at the analytics and people hate the banter. I said, Elise, look at these analytics. Can you get a look at these analytics? What's that say? What's that big drop there during the banter? No, we don't actually have those kinds of analytics. We're just trying something different. Anyway, this episode is sponsored by Postmates. Now is a better time than ever to check out Postmates because you don't want to go out. You shouldn't go out, but we still like to eat delicious foods. We like to have things brought to us. Postmates can get it to your door, no problem. Big, small, every restaurant in between. They're the sponsor of this episode. We're going to hear a little bit more from them later on. Hope you enjoy the format. If you don't, maybe we'll see you on the hate comments show.
First question comes from Nikki. Says, what should I do for my college graduation that isn't happening now? Sorry to hear that you're a beauty school dropout, but we all saw how that worked out in the hit film Grease for those 35-year-olds. I think you'll be just fine. Just do a song, do a little dance, and pretty soon you'll be in a car with a closeted homosexual flying through the sky. It's a good movie. You should watch it. What was the question?
Well, I think if you can't formalize your college education with a graduation, the only acceptable response is to Billy Madison it and go all the way back to elementary school, primary school, and restart it all. So that way, by the time that you do, and you get through, kindergarten to grade 12, and then you do your college again, you'll be able to have a real graduation.
Well, I'm guessing that you're still graduating college, you're just not doing a graduation, like celebrating it. In that case, have like a virtual party or something, or just wait until everything's over and then do like a big combined thing. Maybe you're also having a baby and you can have like a baby shower graduation party.
You've been working pretty hard and you deserve to sleep in. You deserve to get drunk. You deserve to apply for jobs while drunk but well rested because you slept in. Because that's the essence of college graduation. It's the parties. It's everything afterwards. It's all your family members giving you money. Make sure your family members give you money.
Get a 24 rack of Coronas, get a beer bong, maybe have a Zoom call with all your friends from college, shotgun the Corona, blast the Third Eye Blind song Graduate on repeat, make the virtual background the teacher you hated the most maybe. Make those little graduation caps out of your Corona boxes. Take your graduation pictures with your new Corona graduation caps and maybe a Corona mask that you can always remember, like this is the Corona time.
Let me tell you how important it is by remembering mine. I think it was in an indoor basketball stadium. I know that at a certain point you're supposed to throw up your hats, but I didn't because they charge a lot for those hats. And I was like, I don't want to end up with someone else's hat. And I was sitting next to strangers because it's alphabetical. So I would say the best way to recreate this would be to maybe go to a bus stop, because that seems like the safest place to sit next to a stranger. Keep your distance if you can. I would say do something to your mental state to try and ensure that you can't remember any of it, because that's basically what happened to me.
Well, here's the thing. Just because you're not going to be in a gymnasium with 50,000 people or 10,000 or however big your college is, doesn't mean you can't walk around in your cap and gown all summer. Go online, print out a little template of a diploma and walk around in your cap and gown all summer. Ain't nobody going to say nothing to you because they're not outside with you.
Well, hey, I hope you have a happy graduation, Nikki. Now welcome to the real world, motherfucker!
Next comment comes from Clarence Facer, at SundanceKid_24. How many is too many men in the bedroom?
Well, that is an excellent question. I would ask, what are we doing? Now, if we're putting up drywall, there is never too many men. Like, imagine having 20 people in here putting up drywall. This would be done in like 5 seconds.
see, is this a sex question or is this a geometry question?
To that I say right now, one. Other than yourself. Because quarantine, you better be alone right now in the bedroom. Or unless it's like a lot of men and you're all quarantined together, then like that's okay too.
I guess it depends on the square footage of your bedroom and if your landlord has allowances for men.
Those types of bedrooms, what I call porno masters, could probably fit a lot of dudes.
You could probably fit 200 men in this bedroom right now if you stack them, but I don't think that's your question.
Say you live in a one-bedroom apartment, a little bit smaller, I'm going to drop that number down to six men.
You know, you need someone to officiate. You need the doorman, the second doorman, because you have two doors to keep the hot air in. You don't want to lose that.
Or do you start getting a little trickier after 9 participants?
You need a chef, you need a caterer, and a bartender, pit stop driver. So just one. I know there's 4 wheels on a Formula One, but you save money.
This assumes there's no one else, because I don't know why there would be. With that many men, you're going to have a party, because bros love to have fun. Bros love to party. So I don't know why you'd ask anyone else to be there anyway.
And then finally the milkman, so that someone can finally impregnate your mom.
Quarantine kid, aka Little Fiery One, says, "Where did my dad really go when he went out for cigarettes?"
Fun fact, your dad never smoked. He was more into cigars, which is a type of smoking, but it's more of a puff, as we say in the dad leaving community.
Mom, where'd Dad go when he went out for cigarettes? Where'd he really go? Mom? I'm lying. Hold on, Mom.
I mean, I have good news for you. He went out for cigarettes. He just didn't come back. He went to, I think it was a 7-Eleven, and actually did buy cigarettes.
Here's the thing. Your dad is a price comparison shopper. So he is still out looking for cigarettes. You don't stop at the first gas station. Okay, you drive around for a little bit looking for the lowest price. And that's what your dad is doing. He's looking for really good priced cigarettes. Perhaps it's taking longer than the average person, but he's going to persevere. He's going to save money.
While he was buying the cigarettes, he had a conversation with the guy behind the counter who was talking about how sweet his life was working in a convenience store, having no responsibilities. And he was like, but a convenience store, I can't imagine that pays a lot of money. And he goes, no, I'm a franchisee. I own this place. And so your dad actually is now a proud owner of a 7-Eleven franchise in Tucson.
You know, sometimes dads go out for cigarettes and then they're recruited into the FBI. True story. I had a friend of a friend once whose dad went out for cigarettes. Some FBI agents were also in the store, and they saw the way that he spoke with the store attendant, the way that he held the cigarettes in his hand, and the way that he lovingly stroked the picture of his son who was waiting at home. And they said, we need a guy like this for the bureau.
Your dad's dead.
Captain Pile Driver says, who in the Funhaus office do you think would win a fight with the giant baby robot from Baby Geniuses?
If you look at John right here, John would be a formidable opponent for this baby. He's cunning, he can distract the baby, he can get into the baby's mind, he has the mindset of a baby.
I feel like Matt Peak would win. I mean, do I have to explain that? I don't think so.
I can automatically say Peak would, because Peak never backs down from a challenge to fight.
However, if you look over here at Omar, Omar has the size. Omar and Dan. Dan, where is it? Yeah, Dan. Omar and Dan, they both have the size. They'd definitely be a formidable tag team partner.
I've seen Baby Geniuses 1, and my favorite scene is when it's implied that the two babies have sex and crib together. I haven't seen Super Babies, so I don't necessarily remember.
Ryan Haley would fight dirty with the baby robot. But I also think that they could get into a situation where he defeats the baby robot and then Ryan Haley has to newly assume the baby robot mantle.
I'm the tallest. That's something, all right? I'm tall. Even though I don't have the biggest muscles, I'm tall. Like the baby's tall too.
Let's see, it's a robot, so Adam would be a good choice because Adam breaks everything filled with electronics. So I think just by sheer proximity, Adam would probably be able to beat it.
Are you sure that you're not just thinking of John Voight? Because I think John Voight is actually what's in this photograph that I'm seeing here. I think that's John Voight.
Look, I'll watch anything John Voight is in. You know, have you seen Anaconda? Me neither. I only saw Anacondas. I have no idea what happened later, but he recommended the movie after he said, Really? Angelina Jolie's my daughter? I'm sure she'll turn out just fine. Why does she have Billy Bob's blood around her neck? Seems odd. What was the question?
I would assume most everyone in the office could beat John Voight in a fight, except for maybe... Except for maybe Jacob?
Jacob has baby boy strength, so he'd be able to take on a fellow baby boy. It could end in some boy kissing, but hopefully not.
John Voight is scratchy. He definitely is the kind of guy who's scratchy. So even if you're holding him down, he's clawing at anything, like a wild cat trying to put a cat in a tub.
But the question I want to know is, how come no one fucking told me to take my hood off in this picture? I didn't know it was going to be used as our group photo for everything for eternity. John Smith told me that when he squints his eyes, it looks like I have long hair in this pic. Matt Peak, why didn't you tell me what to do? You're my supervisor. This is on you.
This question's from Blackbeard. Captain Ed tweets, if the Funhaus team was a pirate crew, what would the flag look like? What would the ship be called? And what would everyone's pirate names be?
Well, our flag would be just 9 pixelated blocks, so that when we attack our enemies, they're squinting going, what is that? Is it a penis that's attacking us or a vagina? And then they get hit by a cannonball. Cannonballs.
I think it'd be really cool if that was the case, but then we had Cocopa as sort of like the bust on the front of the ship. You know, usually there's like a beautiful mermaid who's been erected at the front of the ship, and in our case we'd have the beautiful Cocopa. R.I.P. R.I.P.
The ship would be called the man hammock. So if you ever walk on, it's like there's no cannonballs. There's nothing. We don't have room for any of that. We just have hammocks filled with dudes.
As for the ship name, I think we would all agree that we should call it the SS Batman Forever. Innocent ships on the CC is coming. They're deafened by the hit song Kiss from a Rose by Seal. Not that we can play it, we're pirates, that technology doesn't exist, but it will be in their heads. It's that song that I think we're all born with, and that Seal made come to life when he was inspired by a man dressed as a bat. Doesn't he adopt like a 35-year-old kid?
And the best thing is that even out there on that ship, we could eat any food we want. No scurvy for us, because we're calling Postmates! From an early morning breakfast burrito to a cauliflower crust personal pizza after a tough home workout, sometimes you just need what you need delivered fast. Luckily for me, that's where Postmates comes in. If you're like me, but probably more if you're like Elise, you're already starting to think about what you're going to eat for dinner before you even finish your lunch. Food is the best, and that's why I love using Postmates. They deliver food from every restaurant I can think of right to my door. I'm not talking about just burgers and sushi, sorry Elise, again, but I'm talking groceries, clothing, convenience store items. It's basically a whatever I can think of delivery service. So quit making unnecessary trips to the store or late night fast food runs. Stay in and let your lunch come to you. Just download Postmates, find your favorites, and get anything you want delivered within the hour. The best part, for a limited time, Postmates is giving our fans $100 of free delivery credit for your first 7 days. To start your free deliveries, download the app and use code OPENHAUS. That's code OPENHAUS for $100 of free delivery credit with no minimum purchase for your first 7 days when you download the Postmates app. Anything you need, anytime you need it, Postmate it.
What's my pirate name? I'm tempted to just go with Ryan, but it's too original.
For I will be the captain, and I will be Captain Long John Silvermane, named after the hit restaurant and character from Metal Gear Solid. I think that's a good combination.
Dan Schneider would be Dan Schneider, because he's already related to a pirate.
L-Wise McShivers. I don't know, they probably just call me Wench or something.
All right, let's see. You got Blackbeard. I'm gonna go with Brownbeard O'Pubes. Brownbeard O'Pubes. I'm Brownbeard O'Pubes. You fucking with me, you fuck with all my pubes.
I don't know. I'm going to rely on Adam to answer this one, because he's seen every movie ever created ever, and I know he's got some fantastic reference to something I've never seen.
Now, here's the thing. If we're a pirate crew, it's all for one for all, just like the original pirates, the Three Musketeers. I assume that's what they did. I've never read the novel, only seen the movie Man in the Iron Mask. Kind of a sequel. And I didn't know James was wearing lipstick until I read this comment.
That's my lipstick. We share it. So I'm wearing it right now too. So who do you guys think?
Who wore it best?
When James gets really close, it looks like Caesar from the Rise of the Apes movies.